Not when you with somebody else's husband. Plot, schemed, and planned everything for that. Keep my name out your mouth. That's your best bet. That's what you really want to do. Who did you hit up, LJ? You're literally the dumpster, hun. Like, I'm just not understanding. And you were depressed. You didn't take a shower.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Claressa Shields, former friend and also a boxer, spills the beans on Claressa Shields after the now infamous and viral Claressa Shields meltdown rant, where she took several shots at MVP as a promoter, as a staff, as a mother crew, and Alicia Baumgardner. This ex-friend who knows about Claressa Shields says, tells Claressa pretty much pump your brakes because you the last person that should be talking. Play the clip.
To y'all, that may not be anything, but let me tell you something. With one of those men at the very, very end of that, thumbnail, you're trying to spin the block, hun. Because I already seen the other messages. You're trying to spin the block because you're saying that Pap don't like you at all. That man literally said, absolutely not. You're a joke. You're a joke. That's why you're trying to spin the block. You fumbled this person. Now you're trying to spin the block.
So, this is a boxer and ex-friend of Claressa Shields. Her name is Jaydatheboxer, right? And she is basically warning Claressa Shields that she got receipts and she need to play with something safer, not her. And according to Jayda, right, she's saying that Claressa is allegedly not getting enough attention from PAPOOSE. As a result, she trying to spin the block on an old flame, an old fling, an old boyfriend, or an old hookup. That's pretty much what she just said right there. Wow. I don't want to sound mad. I feel marvelous. D-block.
Because you're not getting the attention that you want from Pap. Just like, when you cheated on LJ. Did him dirty. Went with...
I don't even know who LJ is. But again, she's like, you're one to talk, basically.
Tony. Oh, when Tony wasn't giving you the attention you wanted. Who did you hit up, LJ? Like, that's just... You want to call somebody disposable. You're literally the dumpster, hun. Like, I'm just not understanding. If you really said somebody not like that, if they're a bum, if they all this other stuff, why do you do the things that you do? Why are you crafty behind closed doors? You know I can see, right? Why? But you're going through a lot over there, huh? You sure are. You're going through a whole lot. Post about that.
Post about that. Not, oh, I put 90K on the wrist. My man. Your ex-friend is like, post about that. Wow. She going in. Hallelujah.
You won't. Now, I'm keeping it cute. Because if I was to put everything out there, Claressa, guess what, hon? Remember when you told me Savannah Marshall beat the brakes off of you at 17, right? And you were so depressed that you went inside of your little dorm at the Olympic Training Center. And you were depressed. You didn't take a shower.
What? This girl said Savannah Marshall in the amateurs, I know they fought as a pro, beat the brakes off of you in the amateurs, and the loss, the L, had you so like peeved about it that you went to the Olympic dorm room and locked yourself in a room and didn't take no shower. Oh, Quote. Yeah, Quote. Hey, Rissa, you gotta do something, baby. This look bad, bro. Because your cousin said something about your hygiene, Shalita, right? There's blogs talking about, ain't that the same dress that you wore to the Stephanie Mills concert and you wore it to the museum where they did that winners only exhibition, right? Or exhibit or whatever it was, right? I brought up in one of my previous videos that the braids were in her head. You had them Sukiban fake poetic justice braids in, right? And you just left them in. It looked like the makeup or foundation or whatever it's called that you had initially from Sukiban. It looked like you just never washed it off or you just let that rock. Even in the rant video where you called Alicia Baumgardner a 304. It looked like you had the same jacket at the Sukiban wrestling event. So you're doing a ring walk, hopping in the ring, wrestling with somebody, pinning them down, punching them, and then you're wearing the same clothes. When you did the video, like, wouldn't I be the luckiest girl if I went to the Olympics? You're acting like Bebe's kids. Your whole brand looks like it fits perfectly on the Zeus network. Why would the Olympics want this ghetto gremlin hot Cheetos mess? Hot fries and hot sauce type of business that you've constructed and turned your brand into. You think Americans in tumultuous times, gas prices high, grocery store prices are high, right? You think people want you to represent the country with how you've been recently acting? I don't know, man. I don't know. So good luck with that. Anyway, we're still in 2026. Olympics ain't till 2028, right? Your brand might not survive until 2028 where people are even checking for you based on the crash outs and how you've been acting.
At 17, right? And you were so depressed that you went inside of your little dorm at the Olympic Training Center. And you were depressed. You didn't take a shower and wash your ass for a couple of days.
I'm so sorry. That was out of pocket. You didn't wash your ass for a couple of days. Hey, this y'all quote. Let's proceed.
And, you know, your coach, Kay Koroma, took advantage of that. So,
hold on. Did she just say she was musty with BO and a coach took advantage and like hollered at that? Oh, wow. And mind you, I don't know. I'm just going off of what she's saying. Allegedly, right? But this telling from Jayda the boxer, she's a boxer too.
Oh, muffin, muppet, puppet, whatever. Gave you a little pep talk just to get your panties to drop. Trifling, because you were at the right age of 17. This man was pushing 40.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is crazy. Now, I'm not going to play the whole clip because from what I've seen, somebody sent me this, by the way, but they told me kind of a rundown and then I skimmed through it for this particular, because it was kind of long. So for the continuity of my show, she starts talking about something very sensitive and that kind of topical graphic detail I am not putting on my channel, right? So I don't even want to open the floodgates for that. But you guys could watch the full thing in its entirety and I could put the link in the description so you could hear it uncut and give her views for it. But some of the stuff she discussed was very sensitive in nature, and I don't typically put that type of stuff on my channel because I don't want that in my algorithm.
Don't make no sense, just nasty. And I don't agree with that. That ain't right. But the same way you was moping around, sweetheart, during that time, and you ain't want to show your face, that can happen. That can be arranged if you don't shut up. I'm gonna say this again. If you're not trying to fight, if you're not trying to meet in the ring, just shut up. Because why even talk about someone if you feel like they're just so beneath you? And that's your problem now. You have no humility at all. You brag about not ever having to work a 9 to 5, and that's literally the problem. I can't stand when y'all fighters do that or ain't never had to work a job. That's the problem. No humility. Don't know how to talk to people. Don't know how to treat people. Don't know how to cater to folks. Don't know how to serve. But you claim to follow Christ. Baby, that has everything to do with being a servant.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. She kind of cooking right now. She clocked Claressa and got her number. Dead homies, right? She was like, you bragging that you never worked a 9 to 5 job. You ain't got no humility. And for real, I've worked from the age of 13 all the way till I was an adult, like till now. You know what I mean? And when I started doing YouTube, I mean, it's been a while now. So I'm a full-time YouTuber for like probably 15 years, you know what I mean? Online content creator, whatever. But from 13 to that age, I was working regular jobs like everybody else. So it is actually, you develop skills by doing that, right? You learn how to talk to customers, aka talk to people, right? You learn about problem solving. So she's cooking right now because maybe some of that, like rough childhood for Claressa, never worked a regular job. Maybe this is why you act like a savage, right? Not in a good way, right? Maybe, just maybe, that could be the reason, right? Because at the end of the day, you haven't really been socialized. Like, you know how you have pets and dogs and stuff, and you have to socialize the dog so it knows how to act amongst the neighbor's dog and don't try to off them or bite them or whatever the case is. So there's a lot to be said about what she's saying in terms of just being a humble person and being a servant and servitude. Muhammad Ali talked about this, who we know Claressa Shields really respects, even though she dissed the daughter of Muhammad Ali, right? Literally, I could pull up a Muhammad Ali quote. And I know this one because I read a lot and it just stuck with me. I just always have loved it. Muhammad Ali's famous quote about service. Quote, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Beautiful quote by the legendary Muhammad Ali. Very philosophical. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And we all know Muhammad Ali practiced what he preached. People said he dodged the draft. He dodged the draft because he wasn't going to fight somebody else's war. He was like, I'm getting called the N-word right here in America. Them Vietnams and Viet Congs, they never called me a, like them women and children. Like he was preaching. He was like, them innocent women and children, they wasn't the ones calling me the N-word. My own people right here, they the ones doing it, right? We already know Muhammad Ali is really for the people. That's why he could be in Africa and all this and jogging and all them pictures with the whole crowd running with him. Like, come on, bro. So Jayda the boxer, yeah, she was pretty much cooking. Claressa, she need to be humbled. She needs some humility. To preface that, right? I did a video yesterday. Based on the numbers, it hit 10,000 views. Shout out to everybody rocking with the boy. But it hit 10,000 views pretty quickly, right? So I know a lot of you guys have taken to listen to that video, and I want to say thank you. Make sure you hype up my content, hype up this video as well. However, in that video, I went over the latest with Claressa Shields. This to 1,000. There is an actual petition out, right, against Claressa Shields. When I recorded it, it had 572 signatures. The petition is to revoke the boxing license, right, of Claressa Shields. And you see the like count just moved, right? The video's been up 5 hours or so. Boom. Like I don't lie. Over 10,000 views, right? So we doing numbers, right? When I recorded it, again, 572 views. This, keep in mind, these are people that are begging to have Claressa's boxing license revoked because of how she's treating people, right? So let's see where the count is up to now. Oh my gosh. Say it ain't so. It already crossed the threshold of 1,000 signatures. More on that video, watch that video. I already talked about it. So already up to 1,343 video or petition signatures. And literally the issue is Claressa, right? It says revoke Claressa Shields' boxing license. That's what the entire protest or petition is about. You got people there's an option to leave a video. Oh, she actually, Granny's Corner, shout out to her. She's in the comments of the petition video, and she said thank you for posting it and bringing awareness to it. So shout out to you. But she created this campaign because, again, like I've been telling you, people are experiencing Claressa fatigue, and they've had it. Claressa needs help. I strongly believe Claressa should face serious review. Look, they're getting likes like it's a Facebook post, right? You got people that are submitting video, like literally submitting videos. Do you understand how crazy this is? Let's click on one.
Claressa should have her license taken away and be banned from all boxing events because she thinks she can beat up everybody. She just slapped Alicia Baumgartner, and she's talking about she's going to start slapping people who piss her off. She has a nasty attitude. She offends and insults the commenters and viewers all the time, and generally has a really nasty, bad attitude, and she should be banned and dropped, period.
Wow.
What's up, everybody, man? On this Claressa Shields matter, man, something's got to give, man. Something's got to stop. You know what I mean? Forget the personal life, man, and what she got going on with PAPOOSE.
I don't know why I just cut off like that. His video cut off. But anyway, the point is people are they're taking the time out of their day to record testimonials of why a boxer at this current juncture should not be allowed to box. Do you understand how crazy that is, right? When have you ever seen this for Kobe Bryant? where like rest in peace my dog Kobe, Black Mamba. Where people were like, Kobe shouldn't be able to play basketball because he don't know how to treat people and he a whole mess. Michael Jordan shouldn't be able to play basketball. LeBron. Nobody else is getting this. Simone Biles, other boxers, right? And other boxers have had fights and scuffles and all this type of stuff, but it's a compounding effect when it comes to Claressa Shields. And the first line of defense is always the person, Claressa Shields, right? Or the person in question. She refuses to change her ways. You see how people are responding, and you are double downing on it, ma'am, right? Everybody is telling you something is wrong, is rotten. You're acting wicked. And she's like, I ain't got a bad attitude. Y'all got a bad attitude. I'm the GWOAT, right? There's no reasoning with this person, right? And some people, not many, because most people understand my intentions and why I move, how I move. But I blame the GWOAT stance. I really do, right? Because between y'all savior, Claressa Shields, the GWOAT, and her attitude, coupled with you encouraging and enabling what she's doing, it's about to go down. You see the energy, you see the crash out. And then the more you guys encourage her to do this, the worse it's going to be, because now she thinks she's lawless and she's going to keep doing it. Don't ever in your life come to my page and act like what I'm doing don't make no sense to you. And you watching this girl act wicked, act evil, act like she don't have no soul. You know what I mean? Calling people woes and ors and 304s, saying she's gonna sue everybody. But in the same breath saying like, oh, I ain't no police ad chick, but threatens a cease and desist on everybody, threatens to sue everybody. How you gonna sue when you the aggressor? Huh? And then you call everyone else a victim, and then when people bring it to your front door, like you was in the wrong, you say, nah, I wasn't. And then you start playing victim. You said Bumgarner's a victim. You said Bumgarner's a police. Why are you threatening to sue people? You are gonna look a whole fool if this goes to court, because you're not intelligent enough to have protected yourself. Almost all of these things are documented. There's videotape of the occurrence. You got Michael Irvin and Levon Bell recanting as live witnesses what they watched, right? So there's that. Before it happened, you're doing interviews, and you're not clever enough for you to have said the right things because you're emotional, right? And before, someone said, hey, Alicia Baumgartner's here, Michaela Mayer's here, what are your thoughts? And she was like, I'll talk to Michaela, but I don't got nothing to say to Baumgartner. What the I don't know her, I don't like her, we ain't friends. F her. So right then and there, you're showing, based on what you're saying, based on what you've tweeted, based on what is recorded in interviews, all of that shows and condemns you, because now it's premeditated. You're on wax saying you don't got nothing to say to the girl, but then you pulled up, and then your man allowed it. He was right there with you, and he allowed you to pull up. I would never do that to my girl. And like a situation that's bound to go left, let her get into it, and she the breadwinner. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, people are saying that PAPOOSE needs you for money. Why would you do that? If you need a place to stay or whatever people are saying, why would you allow your breadwinner to not get brand deals because of this? Get all this negative press because you had to pull up on her. And what I believe in, for those idiots that are like trying to, oh man, why'd you make another video? Because I want to do something about it, right? You are enabling and encouraging bad behavior. Therefore, all the people that claim that they're this girl's friends, right? That they're cool with her, you will forever be remembered as a coward. Ego of Boxingego, I will not be revered and remembered as a coward, because I'm always on the right side of history. Y'all ain't. So when this is all said and done, you gonna come to my page and you gonna bow down. We're not worthy. And I'm gonna be on the right side of history because I know what I'm saying. I'm not embarrassed for what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not cringe. What Claressa is doing is cringe and humiliating and embarrassing. So all the people who encouraged it, you will be on the wrong side of history and you will be remembered as a coward. It could never be me. I would never be remembered as a coward because I actually stood for something. I actually, when it was popular, unpopular, I don't care about none of that. I'm doing what's right. At a young age, we're pretty much taught what's right and what's wrong. You guys have witnessed a downward spiral. I want to say Layla Ali when she was dissing her, or PAPOOSE. Whatever one of those two events came up first, that's when I really started taking notice to she was acting a lot different. So the Layla Ali beef or PAPOOSE, whatever one of those two, maybe they were around the same time, I don't remember, right? But whatever one of those occurrences happened first, it's been a downward spiral ever since, right? Take PAPOOSE. What good has come from your name being attached to PAPOOSE since that happened? Like, oh, I got a $3 million signing bonus. Okay, so that was at the inception. So since that point, what has transpired that you feel helps or makes Claressa Shields look like the GOAT and a true champion of the people, right? You slap Bumgardner, and now you could be facing legal ramifications. But and the funny thing with that is this: Bumgardner had a very professional statement, and as did MVP. Bumgardner was basically like, this is unprofessional rhetoric and behavior from this person, and I will handle it professionally and legally, right? Which most people interpret it as, I may press charges, I may take it up the chain legally, sue you, right? That's how people interpret it. Claressa Shields gonna come out and say, after this press release from Bumgardner, Shields come out talking about, oh, I'm gonna sue you and MVP. Pack this girl up, bro. And then talking about, I'm not dealing with the law, I'm gonna take it to the courts. Man, sit down. Sit down. What does that even mean? I'm not dealing with the law, I'm gonna deal with the courts instead. That's like me saying, nah, I don't want to watch no Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I don't like them movies. I like Freddy Krueger. Oh my God. You don't like Nightmare on Elm Street movies. You like Freddy Krueger movies. This girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You need to, like, just like in them Freddy movies, you're on prime time. Like, just like the Freddy Krueger movies, remember when the teenagers didn't want to go to sleep? Maybe Claressa has been up for days. I don't know. Something is wrong, bro. Something is amiss. You know what I mean? You talking about you don't want to take it to the law, you'll take it to the court. What does that even mean? Right? So Bumgardner says pretty much it could become a legal matter. What does Claressa do? A bullshit 40-minute breakdown with notes jumbled up. How are you prepared and unprepared at the same time? Oh, I gotta look at my notes. What are the point of notes if you can't even stay focused? Like, ain't the notes supposed to help you with the speech? You still sounded horrible. So the more you try to explain and the more you try to campaign and prove your innocence, the worse it kept getting. So Bumgardner puts out the press release like, hey, this could become a legal matter. Claressa but gonna come out a couple days later talk about, oh, I'm suing y'all. That's like the people at a job. You get word through the grapevine that you got your third write-up and then you found out your company is going to fire you, right? They call you into HR and you say, nah, you can't fire me because I quit. Man, come on, bro. You can't fire me because I quit. You know, they had all the paperwork process. They're letting you go. And then you try to beat them to the punch and say, you can't fire me. I quit this place. I didn't want to be here anyway. This girl is fake and needs help, period. And the reason I say fake, in my opinion, is because look at what she's saying. Look at what she's doing. She was like, man, MVP, I don't want to be there no way. How you gonna ban me from somewhere I didn't want to be? Yeah, I'm the GOAT. Yeah, GOAT, right? This is her talking point. How are you gonna ban me from somewhere I don't want to even be. But then weren't you and PAPOOSE the same ones tagging Netflix, tagging MVP? Nikisa did an interview, said he was confused because you rushed his fighter, Bumgardner, didn't speak about that, but you text him about it was a wonderful night. And then now you're talking about I didn't even want to be there. Bro, something is wrong. We are not dealing with a full deck of cards here. You don't want to be there, but you were there. It's like the oldest trick in the book. You dress up in your Sunday best trying to go to a club. They will not let you in. They're like, you're breaking dress code. You're ugly or whatever. They're not letting you in the club. And then you going to say, man, I'm going down the street. I'm going to Applebee's. I didn't want this club suck. I didn't want to be here no way. Why would you be in line? You're mad you got rejected. That's what that is, bro. Stop playing. So I told y'all GWOAT stands, y'all made it 10 times worse being in my comment section with the foolishness. Like what I'm saying is insane. And again, I've learned this in life. Sometimes you got to meet people where they're at, right? You got to meet them where they're at. Claressa, it is very apparent to me, she don't want help. She is not going to listen. So cool. Get this work. Because I try to be like big brotherly and put out my videos and they weren't as blunt. I was just like, you know, come on, Claressa, you're a great fighter. That's not a good look. Why are you doing that? Blah, blah, blah. And I kept it cool. I kept it PC. But then when she disrespected me and then blocked me and then was talking slick and then coming back with burner accounts when you're in the wrong, okay, now I'm gonna really tell you about yourself. And that's what you're getting right now, right? But I tried to give her like sound advice that would literally help her career. You gotta meet people where they're at. Case in point, the day they have this petition out against you, right? All these people are saying you're a nasty person and we want your boxing license revoked, right? Signatures keep going up. I just showed you that, right? The day that happened, she posted this. I'ma die undefeated. Stamp that. And speak emoji and the devil emoji. Then she keeps referencing herself as this black Barbie boxer of sorts. And she posts a picture. Who is that even supposed to be? Yaya Mayweather? Like who? That don't look nothing like you. Just being honest. That looked like the girl from one of them Friday movies. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Remember the one with Cat Williams when he was Money Mike or whatever? And he was like, hey, how you doing? Doesn't matter. That girl that he was like with. Hold on, let me pull it up. Her. That looked like that. Donna, that's her name, right? Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I am a boy, Diamond. Right? That looked like her. This don't look nothing like you. This don't look nothing like you. You using AI voodoo witchcraft. You put this picture. Nah, put one from your fight week. Use this. Hold on, use this seated Chucky picture. Hey Andy, I thought we were friends till the end, Andy. This is the end, friend. But Aunt Maggie, Chucky did it. Yeah, use this picture. Use this Ade Dewey Dembala Yatuzeme Esta Quarimor. Ooh, Yashungo. Give me the power, I beg of you. Use that. Keep it real. I hate when people got the Bitmoji and the Bitmojis don't really favor them. Use this picture. Use it. I said I wrote this song for you. Do the teeth the same way or make it accurate to you. That's all I'm saying. Right? So anyway, back to y'all making me mad. I'ma die undefeated. Stamp that. Right? Right? one of the top comments said, only a silly person would talk about themselves eyeing, right, in such nonsense with such pride, Goofy. Watch what you say. You have a bad attitude, so ridiculous, girl. Read your Bible, right? And Claressa Shields, the day she got this petition, she said, what? We all got a DIE one day, stupid. You calling the fans stupid, right? I'm saying I'll be however years old and still be undefeated. What the F be wrong with y'all? Crying emoji. This girl, look, somebody said, that's not you. Right? Still pushing the Barbie thing, huh? Chris Cyborg calling you out. You ain't fighting nobody worth a dang to be tested. Look, they putting all kinds of stuff. They putting Chris Cyborg, all this other stuff. And here's the deal. I said I wrote this song for you. That's a dumb song. Who gotta say that they faithful? If you in a committed relationship, why you gotta make a song called I'm Faithful or Faithful? That don't even make sense. Why did you even do that? And then talking about I'm gonna give it to Papoose for his birthday. Man, I'm a man. Ain't no man want no auto-tune song from somebody who can't sing for their birthday. Nah, take me somewhere. Shoot, what you talking about? I wrote this song for you. You need to write a check for me. That's probably what Papoose was saying. You said he was mad because he got the $1,000 instead of the $10,000. That man said, I said, write this check for me. Yeah, talk about that. Talking about I wrote this song for you. You need to write that check for me. The fuck? Boy, come, man, y'all better leave me. I told y'all leave me alone. This is not what you want, but okay. Okay, we gonna keep going. But anyway, even if a fan is like calling you out your name or whatever, what do you look like to companies always arguing with people, calling them stupid and, you know, downgrading fans, calling fans broke, saying this and that? This is why you're not gonna get no brand deals, bro. Look, it looked more like Alicia Bumgarner, to be honest. It's like this Claressa Shields' brain got to be studied by science, right? Almost everything you are doing, almost like literally almost every move you make, every move you make, every breath you take, every step you take. What I gotta say, like Sting, almost every single move that you make is laughable and not received well. This shows what people feel about you, right? You got this girl, Jaydatheboxer, going in on you. She going in, and she was like, I was part of your team. I was friends with you. Why? Ask yourself this. And I know I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be. But I'm real. And the ladies love my voice. But you're not going to find a million exes of egos that are willing to get on camera and just put out all types of smut. I don't got smut on my name. The women that I've been with, they love me. Like, even though it didn't work out or whatever, we broke up or whatever, I really feel like ain't nobody, and it don't even have to be women. It could be the friendships. Like, there's nobody that I was really good friends with, not acquaintances, but like real good friends with, that if you ask them to talk about ego, they're gonna be like, oh man, he an evil dude, he owe me money, he's shiesty, you know, he did me greasy, he was conniving, he was contrite. Like, there's no one gonna say that. And if they say it, they're lying. You know what I mean? Cause I don't even treat people bad. Like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? So my question to y'all is this: how does this girl Claressa Shields have so many people that were in her orbit at a point in time, right? Where they were considered family, friends, you know, so relatives, friends, whatever. And they all don't mess with Claressa Shields. And a lot of them are women, right? Alicia Baumgardner. There is literally a picture of Claressa Shields holding Alicia Baumgardner, right? In happier times, of course. Right? So that proves to me that there was a point in time where you and Baumgardner were actually cool. That's one person. Jayda, your own cousin. Obviously, you were family, so you guys were cool. She said you stayed at her house a lot coming up, blah, blah, blah. This girl, JAYDA, right? She said she was part of your team. She got text messages for you. Maserati Bud, you and 50 Cent, he paid for your hotel and then you went out to his concert and blah, blah, blah. So that's Maserati Bud, Jayda, Jaydatheboxer, Nigeria, 50 Cent, Maserati Bud. I don't know if I said that one already. Alicia Baumgardner, right? You kind of were cool with Michaela Mayer and Amanda Serrano, but then took shots at them. You were cool with Remy Ma before you stole her husband, right? And she was gaming you up, giving you like big sister type advice, according to her. That's literally, I named at least 10 people because I was counting, right? That is a bigger indication of what's going on here. Because I refuse to believe that is everybody. Even myself. I've always showed Claressa Shields respect. I interviewed her. I covered her first fight. And then she turned on me. You know what I mean? The moment she didn't like, after the PAPOOSE stuff, that's when it happened. The moment you didn't like the constructive criticism or whatever, and then you start like running off and whatnot. So how does one individual, one person, have so many relationships that go sour, from, you know, actual relationships to friendships to acquaintance, whatever? That is not normal, and the common denominator is you, Claressa Shields. And then on top of it, people make mistakes. You don't want to learn. You're acting like everybody else is at fault. Like, I don't care. Like, nah, like in one ear, out the other. Silent treatment. And that's why you're in this mess. Claressa stay in mess. And now she stepped in dog poo and it's on her shoe and she walking around and she's like blaming everybody else. Y'all smell that? What is that? And they're like, yeah, check your shoe. Nah, it ain't me. That's you. Jayda, that's your. Nah, I checked my shoes. I'm good. Jaydatheboxer, that's you. I smell something. What is that? The whole time throughout your day, all your coworkers, all your friends, your family, they're like, you should wash your shoes. I think you stepped in dog poo. And Claressa just remains in denial. And she like, nah, that's y'all. I didn't step in nothing. That's the type of, that for an analogy, that's what Claressa does. It's Baumgardner's fault. It's MVP's fault. You're like, oh, MVP, they just always been out to get me. How they been out to get you, but then you also bragged that they wanted to sign you and you went with Win Records and Salida Promotions. And real talk, ain't nobody bought one record from Win Records. Why would you sign to a record company? You ain't Selena. You ain't Tupac. Dear mama, when I was young, me and my mama had beat. Like, West Side. What boxer signed to a record label like that? You know what I mean? And then not even like Rock Nation, because my boy Andre Ward and Kodo signed to them, rigging out. Okay, cool. But like a record label with no records. Like, when's the last time you got a Win record? Like, yeah. I need to cop that Win record. Like, that's a good name for y'all. Win. Like, when this coming out? When y'all dropping another hit? When y'all gonna respond to Clarissa's behavior? And that's another thing. That's why we going at everybody, because the base level is Clarissa's problem. If people feel she's acting like this, right, it's her problem to fix. But we can't get no resolution from that. So now we got to look at PAPOOSE. Now we got to look at the people around her. Now we got to look at Win Records. Where is Win Records in all of this? She's like, man, Win Records, they support me. First of all, I got more followers than your record label. There's that. They got 8,000. My Instagram got more than that. So look, where did Claressa post? They not posting about you. If they so proud about you, why they not posting about you? If you did nothing wrong in the Bumgarner slap situation, why they didn't post the slap, right? You're like, man, they always held me down, and okay, why don't they hold that down? Look, finally, we see a post and it don't got nothing to do with that, right? It's a quote from an interview, an old interview, right? Let's check Salida, right? Let's see what he talking about. Oh, what a surprise. He's posted pictures of when he used to fight and a Brian Custer interview he did and a bunch of other stuff. And then you got one picture, and this ain't good enough. First of all, she had the same dress on, apparently, allegedly. You know what I mean? So that don't even look, does this even look like a fit you would wear to a museum? You just think about that. This girl wore this fit to a museum to celebrate her boxing accomplishment, and she got Pretty Woman walking down, and she got Julia Roberts boots from the Pretty Woman movie, right? This man got a suit on, and you out here like you going to Freaknik. You don't even know how, like, you don't know how to be tasteful, right? Like, just be real. Be real with what I'm saying. Because I know people, oh, Ego, you're reaching. Am I? Am I reaching? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Talking about, oh, Ego reaching. All right, we gonna see. Yeah, I'm reaching. Look, Pretty Woman, Richard Gere, Julia Roberts. Look at them boots. And look at Claressa boots. I'm reaching? Okay. This don't look like something you would wear to a, like, Hall of Fame or, like, the Art of Winning. Look, the exhibit says the Art of Winning, and you dress like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not no fashion police. I'm just merely saying the girl don't know how to, she don't know how to dress herself. She don't know how to conduct herself. She's not a good speaker on the mic. Win Records, y'all finna lose some money. She keep running around with this $8 million. People are petitioning for her to lose her license. Y'all finna lose money, bruh. It is what it is. You picked the wrong horse. If this was a race, you picked the wrong horse. Somebody who's talented, but their actions are causing them to implode and self-destruct. And again, most of us wanted to see Claressa Shields win like she does in the ring in all fronts. But this girl don't want no help. She want to go around calling people broke, treating people bad. Like, you always reference Flint. What you done for Flint? Because according to Shalita, there's a lot of issues, and you trying to get side deals with the mayor for an alleged $7 million back tax lien, and you trying to get your situation cleared up. You're not helping those people over there. You know what I mean? So you guys got to start asking the tough questions. How does Claressa continue to have these friends that turn on her, and then they're like ready to out her and be like, oh, she's this and that?
Even when we go through the hardest times as believers in Christ, what do we do when we wait for God to do something? You claim to be that and not when you with somebody else's husband. Plot, schemed, and planned everything for that. Keep my name out your mouth. That's your best bet. That's what you really want to do. Now, like I said, I already know the stuff you do behind closed doors because you've been told. by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. The Most High, you've been told to stop. And you wonder why you're going through what you're going through now. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. But you're going to learn. It always got to take for you to get dragged around by the Lord for you to figure it out. Yeah, shouldn't have done it, but you'll see. Your best bet is to keep your mouth off me. And another thing, you want to bring up Alicia, but you know what? When all that stuff was going down about me exposing these boxers.
Now, again, she starts going into detail about some other sensitive stuff, so y'all go watch that. But again, you see her. She giving it. She really out here feeding combos to your girl to quote. She's like, you gonna see. You run around with a married man. You doing all this foul, all this wicked. It will come back to you. I definitely believe in karma, and it is what it is. And unfortunately, Claressa don't want to learn. She don't want to listen, in my opinion. She's just going to keep on keeping on. So all the bloggers, keep doing your thing. All the fans leaving comments on my page and all these pages. We only can speak our opinion of what's happening and give our advice. We can't force other people to do right. Now, the other thing that I feel that's weird, one is weird that everybody you were close to at a point in time, friends, family members, or whatever, they don't mess with you. That's super weird because I got people from 15, 20 years ago. If we were to like rekindle or like link up, it would just be like we never missed a step. But people in your life, in your path, they don't seem to rock with you. Exes or ex-friends and all that type of stuff. Very weird. The other thing is you calling Bumgardner a bop in a 304 and all that, right? And then according to these people, Jaydatheboxer, Shalita, your cousin, all this, they're saying you got plenty of skeletons, even in that promiscuous girl, you teasing me category, right? This is what they're saying. I don't know. I didn't, I'm going off of what they're saying. They're saying you got plenty of skeletons in your closet. That's the other thing. That shows me the lack of intelligence from Claressa and a level of recklessness. How do you have people that grew up with you, live with you, know your innermost deep, dark secret? They know if you didn't shower and all this stuff that they're saying. They know who you've been with. They know what you did. They know your life. They know your story. The stuff that the cameras didn't pick up. Why would you even want to beef publicly with people with that type of ammunition? That it shows me a lack of reasoning almost, right? I wouldn't want to beef with somebody that could expose things that I didn't want exposed. That's why these people are confident. And it really sounds, when I'm hearing these girls, because a lot of them are ex-girls, and the saying goes, ain't nothing have no fury like a woman scorned. And you done scorned a lot of women to the point where they after you. Do you know what type of female you got to be to have women really like turn their backs on you and wipe their hands at you and like, I ain't rocking with her, and willing to expose your deep, dark secrets? Do you understand what it would take? And then some of them are ex-friends or family. Think about what I'm saying, bro. That would be like one of my cousins like, oh, but Boxingego really ain't this, and he funky, he don't shower, he did this with this girl, and like putting out all types of stuff. But luckily my G-files is clean, so I don't really have nothing that people can like expose or whatever. I don't have no craziness that I just don't. You know what I mean? But according to these people, they act like they got something in the chamber, right? And at any point, because they like daring you, they like, keep my name out your mouth, stop coming to my page with burner accounts, or it's gonna get ugly, it's gonna get messier. I feel like if you didn't really have something in the can and you didn't have nothing like in the archives or whatever, you probably wouldn't be saying that. Y'all let me know what you think. But to me, it actually sounds like they got something, and at any given moment, they could drop the gavel and really like air you out. So I don't know why a person like Claressa would even want to beef like that. And they always say you shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house, right? Claressa, it looks like you live in a glass house. Your money, a lot of angles to that, the 8 million, you keep preaching it, 3 million. There's angles of it that don't add up. But you calling everyone else broke. Your relationship, oh, I'm happy, my man, he wants to have my kids and da. Okay, tell him to get a tattoo of your name on his body. He like you so much. You talking about his love at first sight, tell him to do that. And how come he's never saying the stuff first about kids? You're saying he wants your kids. Why, when he was on Vlad TV, he was like, did I borrow a ring? Absolutely not. Absolutely no. We may have exchanged gifts. Just look at the way PAPOOSE talks about her. Like, for example, I'm a man, so I know this stuff. Women, to the women that are listening to me, I am trying to help you. Use Claressa Shields as a cautionary tale and listen to me from the perspective of an alpha male, right? If a man really wants you, you're going to know about it, period. That's one. Two, when PAPOOSE mentions Claressa, a lot of times what I've noticed, at least recently, he's grouping her in, right? Pay attention. Like, let's say it's Mother's Day. He'll be like, first and foremost, thank you to my mom. I love you, Mom. To my daughters and to Cindy Lou and Nicole and them and Claressa the Quote Shields, my queen. Like, he not doing a Claressa Shields only post. He lumping all the women in his life in a post. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TUBEBUDDY. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TUBEBUDDY daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TUBEBUDDY. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TUBEBUDDY. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. Think about what I'm saying. Think. Like, why a dude would probably, mom's, okay, Ma Duke brought you in the world. She get her own post. Cool. But you're not going to do a post for your girl and then tag a bunch of other females that hold you down in your life and you publish it. No. He don't even give Claressa her own exclusive. And then a lot of time when he talk about her, he talk about her accomplishments and he talk about her boxing. Like, she'll get the exhibit. Oh, I'm proud of you, my queen. You're boxing. You believed in your dream. Like, it don't sound like, for me, it don't sound like actual chemistry, right? I told y'all leave me alone. Now we got action. Okay, so this is Mother's Day. I'm gonna give you all an example. Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful, amazing mother! Exclamation. He really means that, right? Had a great time at the concert last night with my loved ones, plural. As we brought in Mother's Day, the beautiful queens, plural. Claressa Shields, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, Pink Fendi, peace to my brother. Like, this is like an album, like, shout out. Remember back in the day, you get the CD and you go and look at the special thanks. He's shouting out everybody. Like, look, okay, so he talked about his mom. She probably don't got an Instagram or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. 5, 6, 7. You tag 7 people in a Mother's Day post. Claressa Shields, I get it. She don't have no kids, but like, she don't get her own post. Like, yeah, because when I think of Mother's Day, I think about women, and not just like women who are moms. I think of just women in general. And that's your girl, that's your world, right? Look, congratulations to my beautiful queen, Claressa. Yesterday, she just walked into the American Museum, blah, blah, blah. Women's sports finally has a moment. Proud of you. I mean, that's all right. That one's all right. Okay, so you got this picture of you and Rissa, right? Integrity is the essence of everything successful. Like, that's it. And then again, you tagging all this stuff. When Claressa slapped that girl, Bumgardner, you was like, go check out my album. That's what he posted. He was like, check out my album, On a Journey to Save Hip Hop. What you mean on a journey to save hip hop? You can't even save your girl from crashing out. How you gonna save hip hop, cuz? Man, come on. Think about that. If you can't stop and prevent and save your girl from this public embarrassment, how you gonna save hip hop? And then Claressa talking about, oh, he did 12 albums in a year. Okay. What that mean? What that mean? So anyway, the point is, and here's the thing. Claressa be like, everybody lying on me. Y'all lying, MVP, everybody a lie. People are saying you're running around with a married man. If this wasn't true, the easiest thing would be to show the divorce decree and be like, oh, I'm lying? I thought y'all said he was married. Like, for example, I live in California. It's called a real California ID. We had to upgrade, right? I have a driver's license. I have a real California driver's license or whatever, the upgraded one. If one of you in the comments was like, oh, Ego don't have no L's, he don't got no driver's license, I could go into my wallet and be like, and immediately did that, right? Ego don't have a driver's license, and then go in my wallet, produce proof of an actual California valid, non-expired driver's license. Conversation is dead. Claressa Shields, they broke up late 2024. It's 2026. People have been dragging you like you're with a married man, you're a mistress, entanglement, that's Remy's husband still, blah, blah, blah. If it was that easy to disprove, you would have been done it. Because who'd want to get on the internet and keep seeing people say you're a mistress when it wasn't true, right? Like, them videos she's doing trying to, like, exonerate herself while only incriminating herself. She's talking about bull for 30 to 40 minutes, right? 30 to 40 minutes talking about nothing, showing fake proof. Oh, a brain bleed. You see, ChatGPT said a brain bleed, you got to get a CAT scan. CAT scan, see? So how could I know the CAT scan? Like, straw man, horrible argument. You got time and energy for that, but you can't produce the divorce decree showing that his marriage, he's completely separated from Remy Ma, and people have been hounding you about it ever since your relationship went public. Again, think about what I'm saying. Usually, the easiest thing, if you could debunk something, you would just take it to the highest level, debunk it once, and then you're done, right? Remember they were saying Barack Obama, he wasn't born here. Barack Obama, we need to see his birth certificate. What did Barack do? My fellow American, birth certificate. Here, this is me. We got the stamp of approval. Shut the up. Birth certificate. And then you're done. See how easy that is? Set a punchline. Just a candy wrapper with 4 bars. You would see how easy it is to predict that? You would have did the easiest thing possible, which is to prove he's not married. But you won't prove that he's not married, which lets people further believe that he is married and it hasn't been taken care of. So, Claressa, this is why you getting kicked around in the blogs and the sites, and you don't take no accountability, but then say people be lying on you, but then you'll go with some far off talking point that no one is really saying, and then the in your face stuff, like Shalita said this, Chris Cyborg is calling you out, Jaydatheboxer is calling you out, said this. People are saying you're a mistress and you're with a married man. The easy stuff that you could easily combat if it weren't true, you fail to ever address them. And then you try to prove to us that Bumgardner's body count is this and that using Adrian Broner. This girl is off her rocker. A few Advil short of a full medicine cabinet. The same girl you're trying to torment and harass on tape, you're threatening that you're going to sue her after you accosted her. You're going to sue her for defamation. And in the same video, you're playing a hearsay video from Broner alleging her body count. Are you serious? It's like, it just defies all belief. They need to put Claressa on like Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's just too foolish. The foolery, that's why people are doing petitions and over you. Nothing makes sense. I'm going to sue you for defamation while a very strong case could be argued that you're defaming Bumgardner. You aren't none of them men. How you going to state her business and you're like, I didn't say it. I'm just confirming it. But what you're doing is you're propping it up. You're amplifying a message that is hearsay, is a rumor. And people are saying you're with a married man. Bumgardner, body count or whatever, none of them people were married. There's not one person that Broner listed that they weren't single, free, and able to do whatever. So it still don't compare. It don't compare if somebody's single and they want to mingle. I don't know if it's true or not or who she was with, right? You guys tell on yourself. You bringing up a girl alleged body count with no proof other than Broner, who most people think is an alcoholic, if I'm being real. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad when Chris Brown and Mike Epps is telling you to chill out. Like, Mike Epps is like, come on, man. Like, you got to get back fighting. And Chris Brown did a video I just seen with Broner, dapped him up. Yeah, we got to get you back. You got to get back right. You know what I mean? Like, people who have openly dealt with substance issues are telling Broner he need to get back in his real form. And this is Claressa's witness that she wants to call to the stand. The girl ain't got no common sense, bro. It is what it is. Analyze everything I presented in this video. Everybody is like, you ever heard of the Midas touch? Rumpelstiltskin, everything they touch turned to gold and is a hit. You know what I mean? Claressa got the opposite. Everything she touched, get involved with, it goes rotten. You get with Win Records, and then Win Records look worse than it's ever looked because Claressa got involved and making the brand look bad with these meltdowns. Layla Ali was your mentor. She was giving you game. You should have been soaking it up. You try to beef with her, right? Your friends, Nigeria and Jayda and family, right? Shalita, you beefing with all of them now, right? And then they got ammunition against you because they know you and know what you really about behind the scenes and what you done did, right? almost everything. You were cool with Remy Ma, and then you mess with her man. Even if they were having problems. Like, as a homegirl, why wouldn't you go to your homegirl and be like, your man hollered at me and I'm ready to take it there with him. What do you think? Would you be mad? That's what a real sister would do. You know, if you was really cool with somebody, be like, hey, would you feel the type of way if I dated your ex? I'm really feeling them, and, you know, he asked for my number, but I wanted to check it up with you. This what I'm saying. I've been around different people. The integrity levels are different. Ain't no homegirl finna do that to her other homegirl unless she a snake. That's snake-like behavior. And I always felt like this. If what you're doing is not wrong, you don't really have to keep it a secret, right? Like you would say with your chest. Like, you'll see girls that they get an OF page, but deep down inside, and I'm not slandering, if that's what you choose to do, is what you choose to do. But a lot of them OF girls, they don't feel comfortable sharing it on their Facebook because their family and friends gonna see it like, oh, that's what you into? You got an OF page? And they don't want to be judged. So they do it. They get on Twitter or something where nobody knows what they page, or they get a fake username, like almost like a burner account. And then they start putting the smut out in the OF stuff, right? But again, if you got hired as like the SVP CEO of Apple, you probably would share it on Facebook. Why would you hide that? That would be a huge accomplishment, right? So for me, I always try to live by that. Like, if I posted this, if I act this way, if I did this, will my parents be proud? Would they be disappointed in me? You know what I mean? And I feel like you could base your life like that with that principle in mind of, if everybody knew about this, that's why I work so hard, right? Because behind the scenes, I got to work harder than what I do in front of y'all. I could easily kick my feet up, made some money, you know, got some views, enjoy it. But behind the scenes, what do I look like if I'm telling people to work hard and achieve your dreams, and then I'm kicking my feet up? So I don't believe in that. The person I am in private allows me to reap the benefits and the rewards in public. You know what I mean? And for Claressa Shields, if there was no shame in your game, you probably wouldn't have to initially hide the PAPOOSE relationship. But you knew it was messy, and he still wasn't disconnected fully, and still to this day don't sound like he is, and he's still technically married to her. So that's why it's just like a hindrance at this point. You know what I mean? And then when Remy Ma outed y'all, it said y'all was fooling around, then you kind of came out with it. But that's creeping, that's sneaky, that's snaking people. If you didn't do nothing wrong, like if I meet a girl and I'm single and she's single, it's up. But if I know she still live with her dude and she's technically married and she's telling me stuff and I get involved, that's a whole different situation. You feel me? So Claressa steadily telling people that they're lying, but she never really proves what they're saying. That's a lie. And again, look at it. How is Layla Ali and you not cool? Bumgarner and you not cool? Jayda and you not cool? Shalida, Nigeria. How are you going through friends and mentors and acquaintances at this rate? Ask yourself that and let me know in the comment section. Hype this video up. Join my Patreon. I'm trying to build the Patreon for more deep dive content, but I need y'all support. Link in the description. All my affiliate links in the description. Sign up for Patreon and run the comments up. We got to win this battle. Claressa, she needs you.